poop.
We're the same age, and you're making me look at you and it'll be like, wow.
I'm just saying.
You're
like,
so
I didn't
cute,
know.
Grandpa.
I know.
No,
also
I
just
guess you're right though. Yeah, it really doesn't give any. It's when you really think of it, it's really not an intuitive system.
I don't know.
But also,
Look,
yeah,
just,
like
I read the words on my screen,
that's
and
fair.
I
That's fair.
interacted with the interaction box, and then nothing happened, and I'm like, all right, well, I don't know what to do here. So I don't know what more you want.
But
You sound like Peter from like Grind My Gears, where he's just like, "What do you want from me?
What do you want?
What do you want me to get up? Is that what you want?"
I don't know yet. Just tell me. Just tell me what you want. I'll do it or not. Probably not.
Oh, Chad, welcome to the AniBites podcast, where we occasionally discuss anime.
where we occasionally talk about what the whole podcast is about. We would also like to take this time to remind you that your opinions of this opinions are fuck. I don't know. Sleepy, do the opinion thing. I don't remember what the fuck to say.
I'm thinking about typing it up and making my own recording of it just for the future. But okay, and all the opinions expressed in this podcast are strictly our own. They shouldn't tell you how to feel. And if you'd like something that we don't, that's cool, man. You can like that. We don't, but you can, and we're okay with that.
That. Also, Nazis, the letter Q doesn't appear in any of the American states' names, for your fun fact. All right, welcome to AniBites. It is episode 30. It is free week. It's also the lads again. Lads. And we're gonna really we'll probably touch a little bit about what we've watched or read this week, but I think primarily it's gonna just end up being another work podcast. We're just gonna we're gonna see where it flows. So why don't we just quickly touch upon, that way anyone watching can listen to what our anime opinions are, and then anyone who wants to hang around for work stuff, we'll do that second. Fair?
Fair to me.
All right.
Yeah, sure. It'll
All
be
right.
really easy on my part.
Perfect. All right. Well, then I'll go right ahead and just ask, what do you guys watch this week? What anything new? Did you rewatch something? Like, Oh, did you read something new? Did you reread something? Like what? How did we fill your void of time?
Oh, we're gonna go into read. All right, that's something I did
Well,
do.
Well, I always read, so I always
yeah,
mention it. So
I just assumed that it sounded like Sleepy was busy this week, so I just kind of assumed he always reads on his breaks. Versus, so I didn't want him to feel left out.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a fair assumption. No, I never feel left out. I just because it's still anime related, so I always
Yeah.
gush about manga, and hopefully that leads into me being interested enough to watch the anime.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, who do you want to start with?
Well, I mean, I asked the question. I mean, I can go if you want, but I figured it
Huh?
sounded like
In
Bronny was
traditional,
about to start, and then we
Yeah,
might
it's Nani first.
accidentally cut him off.
I was literally just going to say in traditional Japanese fashion, we can go right to left, starting with Phoenix. But if we're going to start with me right in the middle, that's totally fine. This is going to be real easy on my part. For anime wise, I did fucking nothing. Holy
Wow.
shit!
Okay. All right. Yeah.
I took free week as off week, so
Okay.
I definitely me and Lady have been playing the new Switch 2, so we've been playing a little Mario Kart.
Fair. Fair.
We've been playing played a little bit of Soul Calibur 2 because that's on the GameCube emulator.
Oh yeah. Was
Which
Soul
is
Calibur 2 the one with Link in it?
Yes,
yes,
Yeah.
yes it is.
it is the fan
Yeah.
favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't remember if that was
So
3.
yeah, no, unfortunately the GameCube emulator only has 3 games on launch.
Not
They're good
surprising,
ones, don't
but
get me
yeah.
wrong. But it has Wind Waker, Soul Calibur 2, and F-Zero GX.
Oh shit!
So,
I didn't know. I thought Wind Waker was coming late. Fuck, I might need
Nope.
to use a credit card. God.
no, it's all good. It's all good. No, it's nice though. Seeing how the GameCube library has a pretty good library on it. I'm looking forward to all the stuff they end up adding to it. Outside of the Switch, I've been playing a handful of video games. Let me look at my Steam list real fast. Lady and me have been doing our best to play more fighting games, so we've been
Fair,
playing
fair.
more Guilty Gear Strive.
Nice.
Of course,
That's anime related.
Yeah, it's an anime
yeah,
fighter.
there is an anime for Guilty Gear that's airing this
Yeah.
season. It does not have any budget. It is not good, but I will
Yeah.
probably still watch it.
Yeah.
So I'll wait for it to be done and then I'll watch it. Other than that, Phoenix and well mainly Star introduced me to Schedule One, and I have been enjoying putting in like an hour a day into that game. Just be like, okay, let me hop
Okay.
on.
Yeah.
Let me do 2-3 in-game days and like try to do some stuff, and it's been fun. Like I've been really enjoying um doing that. It's real fun. The what's it called? Um Doom. There we go.
Oh yeah, you've been doing.
I have
You keep popping up. You keep playing the that new Doom, the Middle Ages
Doom
or
Dark
something.
Age.
Dark Ages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to give it a pretty middling review.
Interesting.
That's what Pat said as well.
Really? Okay, got you. Because it's like it's unfortunate that like they made Doom 2016 and they were like, you get to go fast and kill fast. And I'm like, fantastic. And then they made Doom Eternal in like 2020. And
that
it was
sounds
like,
alright.
you can kill faster and shoot faster. And I was like, this is great. Fantastic. This is what I wanted. This is like a solid upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
And then Doom Dark Ages, it was like, we're going to give you a shield
Okay.
and we're going to go backwards on the speed. And I was like, no, I don't want to go slower. And it's like, yeah, well, we want to make Doom Guy out to be like a tank. I was like, look at you can like absorb damage with the shield and you can do parries and stuff. And I was like, I like
Fair.
parries, but go fast. I wanted to play Doom to go fast.
Well,
And I don't.
unfortunately, Doom was already kind of a boomer shooter, and that in itself is very niche. So to
Mm.
keep that the speed it had, or to go even faster, would only make it more of a boomer shooter, would make it even more niche. So I can see why they'd want to do that, just for like mainstream
Yeah.
appeal.
And in the last few
No,
games, they've really
you're
opened it
right.
up to the multiverse. It's kind of like their multiverse theory, their own little multiverse theory.
Yeah. I story wise, it's stupid. Obviously,
Well,
it's
most
Doom.
Doom,
It's
yeah,
gonna
it's
be
Doom.
like, yeah, what's it gonna be? There's a bad guy, and he's probably a demon, and then there's another guy, and you don't know if he's a bad guy, but you have a feeling
Yeah.
he's a bad guy. And oh, he's talking to the demons, but you don't
Oh,
know, so maybe he'll
ooh.
betray you. But yeah, no, it's super nothing. Most of the time it's um there's a lot of demons over here in area X and in area Y, and we're gonna get you, and we're gonna put you in the Doom guy catapult, and we're gonna catapult you to the demon area, and then you're gonna go kill demons. And I was like, fantastic, this is what I wanted. Unfortunately, there's a lot of like wide areas. Like they kind of give you a lot of like arenas to play around in. And sometimes that's fun because that way I can be like, oh, I'm gonna do this area first, or I'm gonna do this area first. The bad part about it is that they've made a lot more secrets, and my ADD brain is like, well, I want to get as many secrets as I can, if not 100%. Especially if they show up on my map, because you open your map and it shows up as a little question mark. And I'm like, I want to go get it.
Mhm.
But if you fight guys in a room and then another room opens up and then you go fight those guys, and then it kind of stretches and then you kind of move. And then once the fighting has finally died down, and then I look at my map and I'm like, oh, you missed 3 secrets several rooms back because you're not opening your map mid fight. Because why would you?
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, well, hold on. Let me go in my brain. Let me go waste time and go back and find stuff, and then go back and proceed through the level. And then it's just like it kind of breaks the flow for me a little
Yeah.
bit. It's like, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of how they ended up doing that.
I
But anyway,
Yeah, to kind of jump in and interrupt a little bit. I agree. In my brain, despite the fact that I'm like a side quest like person, like distract the fuck out of me.
mhm.
Sometimes, specifically with collectibles and secrets and whatnot, like the second I am past it, and then you look forward, because yeah, you're not thinking about doing especially in something that's generally feels linear, which is how it kind of feels like you're describing it. Like you're not quite free worlding it. Um, and then you have to go back several stages like that's so annoying. Like that, and I agree. I
Well,
mean, I feel like it would take you out of the game quite a bit.
okay, maybe I didn't explain that too well. As I think I mentioned this before, but it tries to give you an arena.
Hmm.
So imagine like a big coliseum the size of like I don't know, like
Pantheon.
10 football fields. Like it's a large space for you to fight demons, and like obviously there's like rocks and terrain, so it's not just flat land, but you kind of have a choice of which way to go.
Hmm.
And there are times in which either things need to happen in the stage where it's like, oh, you went and fought Guy, and then when you defeated Guy, a part of the stage blew up, which allowed you to gain access to this other area. I was like, okay, well, that means I should go double back and then get the secret stuff. And then there are classic Doom things where it's literally, oh, did you now have the purple key card? It's like, remember that door that you saw a few rooms back that required the purple key card? And I was like, you should go back and do that now. And it's
Oh, okay, yeah, that is a little different. Uh,
there
yeah.
now I'm going to compare this to the previous Doom.
Hmm.
When you played Doom Eternal, it was a little bit more of a linear hallway.
Hmm.
It obviously wasn't a straight hallway. There's a lot of turns, and
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
level design was actually designed really well. I enjoyed the well, linear design of Doom Eternal. It's like
Yeah.
here's a
No, there's
level.
nothing wrong
It's
with
been
linear
very like
designs.
that's
Yeah.
been very lovingly handcrafted for you to be like, okay, well, since the player is going to approach the situation from this angle 100% of the time, we can make enemies pop up in like really cool ways. We can have the stage look really cool because of this situation. We can kind of like, oh, we can kind of lure players in certain directions with like, okay, well, there's a health kit right here to your left. And then there's like a jump pad right there as well. So if you go into the room, your eyes are going to be like, okay, well, I want the health pack. And then there's a jump pad right there. So I'm going to do that. And then they can meticulously place enemies in certain ways that feels nice because the player is going to flow into this room
Mhm.
very predictably. But when you do an open arena, there's not that. There are plenty of times where it's just like, here's an enemy, and I shoot at the enemy, and then I walk around, and then around the corner there was explosive barrels. And then I'm like, oh, I probably should have used that, but I didn't see them because I approached the situation from the right, where maybe, quote unquote, they might have expected me to go from the left. So
It's
it's
just
one,
level design. Yeah.
yeah, it's just level design. And then once again, it's also one of those things to where, let's say you found the purple key card in order to gain access to the secret area.
Mhm.
In Doom Eternal, you might do oh, I grabbed it here, and then the level naturally circles back around, kind of, for you to gain access to the secret area. Not very often did I have to do thing to unlock a door to get secret, and that required me going back a significant distance.
Mhm.
Every now and then that happened just because I was unattentive. I cleared a room full of enemies. I didn't check my map, and then I proceeded forward. And then, like, towards the end of the level, it was like, okay, well, here's clearly, you know, those times where you look at your map and it's just like, that's a boss room. That's the end of the level. And then I checked my map and I was like, is this the end of the level? Am I missing anything? And it's like, okay, yeah, you are missing one or two things. And then I'll be like, no, I'll just bite the bullet and be like, it's fine. I missed something. It's not the end of the world. I'll do the level again later. I own the game. I'm going to go through it again. But with Doom Dark Ages, it's like, because of how big they are, because of how big the levels are, and how like the enemies are just like sprinkled around, and like, it's like, oh, here's a bunch of chaffed enemies, and then here's like the important enemies, and it's, I'm not having as much fun as I'd like to be like, okay, well, when I did the first levels, I'm going to I'm going to get all the collectibles. I'm going to 100% the level. And then slowly but surely I've been noticing that it's like, this level I did 90%, this level I did 80%. And like the last level that I did was like, oh, I got 100% of the level done because there was only 2 secrets. And I'm like, but I feel both me and the game are giving up. And I feel that's not great.
Yeah, that
So
interesting.
yeah, I mean, to not dwell on Doom too long, and to not take up too much time. Reading wise, I guess if I were to just pull up my website, it wiped my history. Never mind. I don't know what I've been reading. Amazing, fantastic.
Oh
Thank
no.
you, website. They went through they went through maintenance because one of their hard drives exploded, and yep, it wiped user history probably. So I still have my subscriptions, so I know what I want to read, but um yeah, it just says I haven't read anything.
That
So
that's
I've
actually
been keeping up.
pretty poor server design. They didn't raid the thing so that they could do an interchangeable. That should have
I
been
have no
nothing.
idea.
That's
I have no idea, dog.
Just a guess. This is just a huge guess, mind you. Servers might be in another country because of what's on it. So
yeah, but hot
Maybe,
swapping
yeah,
is so I mean they're most data sensors have technicians on site. Like it
fair.
yeah, I
well,
mean
it happened last week on around this almost exactly a week ago, and then they posted an update saying like, yeah, no, we won't be able to get anything done until Thursday, Friday.
fair. So, oh, so you're saying that They don't even have, so they haven't gone in to even do maintenance. The thing's just broken at the moment.
It's working now. They did,
At the moment, no.
yeah, like the first day it happened, their site was down for like almost a full 48 hours. And then they did some maintenance, and then it kept going down and going back up throughout the week. And then Thursday and Friday, they did something finally. But they announced on like Sunday that they would do something on Thursday, Friday.
Interesting.
So I don't know what their
Completion
setup
bio.
is. So.
To me.
You're not excused. Go in the corner and think about what you've done.
That's fair.
Anything else to add to that, Ronnie, or no?
I- when it comes to nerd stuff, like that's basically it. Like, I didn't get too much viewing in when it comes to anime. Like, I'm keeping up with some of my seasonals.
I mean, that's anime.
And then when it comes to when it comes to video games, it's like those are the ones that I've been playing. And then when it comes to manga, I've been keeping up with some of my trash guys. Like, I guess if I can just click on subscribe right now, it's like look at all the ones that just like recently updated. Uh, Slime Saint is hilarious. That just got a new chapter that I need to read. I'm still catching up on A Wild Last Boss has appeared. Um, I've been enjoying the Exiled Reincarnated Heavy Knight is unrivaled in game knowledge. That one's pretty fun. I like yeah, no.
You can
yeah.
come out of that corner whenever you feel you're sorry.
Oh, there was I don't remember which one it was. I don't remember what it's called. I would have to scroll down like a lot. But there's one that's kind of funny to me because it's a Korean manhwa that I'm reading, and this guy, it's another one of those like reluctant hero kind of stories where this guy gets isekai'd, and then he's like, "Oh, okay, cool. So I'm gonna choose. I'm
Are
gonna
you
choose
trying to chew on Brownie? Phoenix, what are you doing?
Phoenix. What are you doing?
No, nothing.
Okay.
Anyways, continue.
It's one of those like slow stories where it's like, oh well, you the guy gets isekai and he wants to live the slow life, but immediately like the area that he gets reincarnated to goes into wartime and he gets drafted.
Oh,
And like
Womp womp.
immediate
womp
and
womp
immediately
indeed.
like end of chapter 1 is like the war being over, and he's like, okay, finally I made it out of that alive. I'm gonna open up like a restaurant or something like that with like the funds that I got from the war, and then I'm gonna live my slow life. And like slowly you start to realize that I guess due to his like video game knowledge, he became like a mage class, and like he leveled all the way to the point where like he's recognized as like a legendary archmage. And it's like he's this dude with just a huge dick, and he's like, oh well, no, I just run a restaurant. I'm not I don't do that kind of life anymore. Y'all can leave me alone. I can make you a sandwich if you want. I can make you some omu rice. You never heard of it? Oh shit! All right, here we go. And then you do the isekai tropes. There you go.
You see, I tropes.
But
Oh, this is amazing. Oh, this is delicious. Oh,
yeah,
Japanese cooking.
yep, all of that shit. And
Yeah.
then it's also just the funny stuff where it's Phoenix is familiar with this because it hits some of those key points that I've been killing slimes for 300 years hits,
hmm
which is just like dragon shows up and I was like, I recognize you to be strong. And I was like, I'm not a warrior.
Yeah.
I serve a restaurant. And they're like, okay, well that's I can do that. I can go for a meal. No, it's I've been reading that one and it was updating very slowly. And then I guess somebody in the comments mentioned that it's like, dude, this is like 80 chapters farther on like manga decks. And then I was like, oh, that's cool. Should I start reading this on manga decks? I wonder to myself, literally the next day, I went from being on chapter 11 to now it's like, oh, latest chapter is like chapter 90. And I'm
Damn.
like, oh, cool. I have plenty of stuff to read now. Let's go.
Let's go.
I love it when that happens. I now have content.
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 Content?
Are you content now?
Maybe.
Maybe.
All right. I feel like I've had the mic for a while. If anybody else wants to do their week, I can pass it off to Sleepy to keep going to the left.
All right.
All right. Anime. Well, let's start with my anime because the anime part's gonna be short, and then I'll go into my reading.
Okay. All right.
So literally the anime I watched was yesterday, right before our D&D session.
Okay.
I watched 2 episodes just because a friend was streaming it. I can't. I know I can't pronounce the first part. The pedal anime, the one about the kid who joined a high school to join the anime club, but it was shut down, and through wacky events, he ended up joining like the biking club.
Oh,
I
I
don't know that. I don't know that
doesn't sound
one.
familiar.
But that
You
that
and Weebs
that
surprised me
is
because
fucking. That's such a crazy fucking job. What? he went
this
to
is a
he went to join
Yeah,
the anime club and then ended up in the cyclist club.
yeah, dude is an otaku. The guy who got him into the cycling club is a bike otaku.
God damn.
Like
Alright.
this is a very popular like anime. It's on like season 5 and it's been going on for years.
Holy shit.
Like back in Monster Hunter World, they had a special event named after the anime. That's how long and how popular this anime is in Japan.
God damn. They like their bikes over there.
They also like ice skating.
That's true.
I mean, I tried reading the manga like a couple years ago. Didn't really grab me. I don't know. Maybe it's something you would like, Phoenix. Maybe not. Uh, obviously, I was watching it with Weebs, so obviously he and I were just kind of like poking a little fun. Nothing like, at least on my end, nothing too serious about it. There was a point where like the guy streaming it was like, "Hey, Sleepy, recommend an anime for me to play on here," and I was just like, Windbreakers."
Let's go.
And Weaves was like, "No," and I was just like, "Why, Weaves?" He's like, "The main character's so whiny," and I'm just like, "He's whiny for a good reason. He's constantly in situations other people put on him that he doesn't want to be in."
He is kind of whiny.
Yeah, like the more I spoke to Weebs about it, like because we didn't end up watching it, mind you, but the more I spoke to Weebs about it, I was just like, "Wait a minute, I know why you don't like this character, Weebs. He's basically you."
Get stomped on.
And he was like, "Yeah, that means that he doesn't. He's just like me. I don't like him because I don't like myself." And I'm like, well, you like yourself every once in a while when you're alone at night." But jokes aside, yeah, no. But we had that conversation, and then I hopped into D&D, which Chad, you should watch because it's Isekai D&D.
It's true. It's true.
But the other thing is that I also, after last week, subscribed to another 24/7 Twitch channel, Co-Pilot Media.
Oh, what's
No.
It just shows a whole list. Like they have the complete list of anime there, but like it goes through like anime series, not like plays a whole season, but like shows a couple episodes, jumps to another anime, shows a couple episodes, jumps to another anime. It's the one that I sent you that picture of, Brownie, last week, of Love Hina again.
Oh.
And I was just like, oh god, it's been so long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they have like Love Hina. They have when I tabbed out of it earlier, they had a Yu-Gi-Oh going on, even though there's already a 24/7 Yu-Gi-Oh channel. But yeah, like they have a list of anime, like a bunch of older anime too. At that, like it's all like old stuff that makes me go, damn, I remember when that was on the air, and then I felt my age. I think I found a list. Don't give me one moment. No, I lost the list. Okay. But yeah, they go through a bunch of anime.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah. It's like I said, it's 24/7, so it's always playing. Uh, and obviously, just like every other 24/7 channel, it has ads that you have to sit through, and it keeps playing while all the ads are going. If you like it enough, give them a subscription to skip that. But I already subscribed to the Yu-Gi-Oh 24/7 channel. I don't need another 24/7 channel that I might miss a whole bunch on. But yeah,
Fair,
that
fair.
being said, going into the manga I've been reading.
Yeah, yeah.
Just like Brownie, the main website I read is behind, but I already went to other websites to read the updates for I'm the evil lord of an intergalactic empire.
Oh, okay. I know I watched the first episode of the anime that appeared this season, and
Yeah, I did get
I'm
an
just waiting
anime.
for it. I'm just waiting for it to come out so I can start binging it.
Yeah, it's the same guy who did the mob one. I'm a mob trapped in an otome game.
You know what? You're right. The writing feels similar. That's what it is.
Yeah. So for that, I think I've talked about it before, but I'll briefly mention it. I'll keep it short so I can move to the other manga I read.
Mhm.
Dude gets like screwed over in his life. Gets offered a chance to reset. He takes it without hesitation and says, "I'm gonna be a dick in my next life." And the guy
Smooth.
who sent him is actually a dick. He's just like, haha, I screwed you over and a whole bunch of other people. My whole purpose is to make people's lives miserable because that not only feeds me, but it gives me power. I mean,
Again,
it's somewhat
move.
cathartic. Yeah, it's somewhat cathartic in that like one of the things that happened to him was like his wife like left him for another man and took like his daughter,
Mhm.
and like and then like the bad guy was immediately okay. I have no need for you anymore, woman. And he like snaps his fingers, and the guy she left her husband for leaves her, and now she has no job, a kid, and yeah, it's basically SOL. Like immediate karma for her.
Get fucked, idiots.
But like yeah, like as the name says, he is reincarnated into a world where he has an empire, and he's gonna be his best to be a dick. Spoilers. I don't think he's doing that good of a job of being a dick. But yeah,
Kind of funny.
it's kind of funny, and it is a fun read because I enjoy it honestly. Uh,
How far is the manga?
Yeah.
uh,
Well, let me open my literature tab.
okay, on the website that you and I read, Brownie, it's chapter 30. It on the other website I read it, it's like a couple chapters more. Maybe I want to just round it just a guess, mind you. I'm gonna say 33, 35, maybe.
Oh, weird. It has the gradient. Okay, got you. Let me open up chapter 1 and see how beefy a chapter is.
More than 20 pages, so it is not a weekly.
Chapter 1 is 47 pages. Dang.
Yeah.
Okay, what happens? He talks, signature. Oh, his parents. Yeah. Okay. So that does get covered in episode 1. Okay. Is chapter 2 as beefy?
I think so. Well,
It's
actually, no, it shouldn't be because
38.
nobody. Yeah. But anyways, I'll let you look on that on the side. The other thing is I started reading another manga. I'm 80 chapters in. Go Go Loser Ranger.
That's a good one.
Oh.
That's a good one.
I discovered it on accident because like again the website that Brownie and I go to,
Mhm.
like there was an update for quintessential quintuplets, and I was just like, that thing has been over for years now. What possible update could there be? Was this like an extra chapter that only came out when the book
Sometimes
came
they
out?
do.
Yeah, and I clicked on it, and it was just like, no, we just colored everything. I was just like, that's disappointing.
Oh
And
god.
then I was curious. I was just like, okay, I'm curious. Did this author fuck off after he did this, or did he make other stuff? Because that's something you'll see a lot in like manga. Like
Yeah.
sometimes authors are one and done. Sometimes they make several attempts and just finish, and sometimes they just keep making stuff. life is life. You never know.
Mm, mm.
And then I saw Go Go Loser Ranger, and I was like, wait, I've seen that pop up in my feed several times. I didn't know it was the same guy who did Quintessential Quintuplets.
It's so weird when it's just like, oh, it's what's this guy been doing? Work. He's been putting in the work still. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, I didn't even know.
Yeah. And then I was like, well, Quintessential Quintuplets uh didn't have good romantic development, at least in my opinion. That's not bad. It's just not not what I consider good. Let's go with that. And this one seems to be more focused on action and stuff. So, and the main character, not really a spoiler, the main character is a monster, and the main character from Quintessential Quintuplets showed no outward emotion. So I was just like, yeah, this might be a good fit for him. Then let me give it a shot and see how it is. And like I said, now I'm 80 chapters in.
Good.
It
Good. I'm glad.
it
Yeah.
it does have an anime. I might recommend that down the line.
It's one of the more high profile animes, which means you have to watch it on Netflix. Or, well, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean, and you know what I mean when I stay silent in response to that.
Yes.
But yeah, I'll give it a shot. But it's definitely not going to be one I pull up from my week. I already know what I'm going to pull up from my week when that comes around. Another manga I read, unfortunately, it got axed kind of early, but I thought it had potential. Was Insect Girl.
Mm-hmm.
It's traditional feudal Japan. There's a bunch of yokai out there. The nickname everyone has for them are bugs, aka insects.
Fair, fair.
And one of the two main characters is just he's a sorcerer who defeats them, and he stumbles upon this girl who is an impossibility in the world because she is half yokai, half human. That's never happened before for them. So, like I said, it ended. It's only about 26-ish chapters. I really enjoyed what I read. I just wish it could have gone on longer. Clearly, it didn't resonate with the fans out there.
That's a shame.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting, and they could have gone on more. But it be what it be.
Do be what it be.
I recently saw a clip from an anime as well, just
Mhm.
dicking around. This is something I might pick up in my own free time. This was an anime that came out, well, at this point, 4 years ago. A MAME? I think I'm saying that first word right. Warrior at the Borderline.
Mhm. Nope, never heard of it.
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm familiar with that one.
Yeah, it's a mecha anime, so I'll give it a shot.
You do enjoy your
There was a
mechas.
I
That
do.
anime got recommended to me recently, and I don't remember what it's called. And once I find it, I'm gonna look for it right now. Maybe you've heard of it. Give me 2 seconds.
I'll give him a couple seconds, chat.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I'm giving you time. I'm padding the dead air with what I've been doing. Yeah, there's a bunch of manga I've been reading. Some of which I need to stop picking up new ones and read old ones. Up.
Hello.
Somebody joined.
Hello.
Beer-soaked sock, and here I am.
Woohoo!
Except
Hi
for
there.
this beer, and it got over my socks.
Wait, what?
You cut out a little
Knocked
bit.
his beer over, and now my socks are soaked in beer.
Oh,
Well, that happened.
Overall fun time at the powwow.
fair, fair.
How's it going? How's it going?
It's going
Good. We're just going over our weeks in the anime podcast.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what I figured. That's why I'm here.
It's no longer lads week.
Well, it was last weekend, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Probably.
He wants more lads weeks.
right.
Now you're a lad. Now you're a lad.
No, I know how it is.
No, you're a lad now.
Oh, wait a minute.
Does the
Honorary
government
lad.
say so?
You are a lad now.
Prove it. No cat,
Oh,
won't
here it
prove.
is.
No balls.
Hey,
Rude.
Sleepy.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with Star Driver?
Star Driver. The name sounds familiar.
I threw it on my watch later list. It's not recent. Hold on, I can my anime list this.
2010.
Yeah, it's not recent.
I unfortunately had a week packed full of game releases, so I didn't get to much anime.
Yeah,
That
most of
being
us
said,
didn't.
I feel
yeah,
like
that
that's all
being
of us.
said, most the upcoming anime that's on its way gonna be fucking fire summer season.
This is Studio Bones? Okay, that probably explains why it got recommended to me.
Damn, Studio Bones. I love Studio Bones. They did Mob Psycho.
Yes.
I hear you like the Mob Psycho.
I
I
do
will-
indeed.
I will get around to watch Mob Psycho eventually.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's gonna be
I'm
one
in
of
the
my
same boat
weeks,
as you,
so.
Brenny. Yeah.
I
And
love.
then
I'm sorry, I'm gonna interject
no,
real quick.
you're good.
So obviously,
Proceed.
me and Sleepy know each other in real life. There was one occasion in which I was hanging out with him, and we went over his family member's house, and I had given, I'd given his family member my login information because he obtained an Xbox, um, and I was like, here, I'll log into my Crunchyroll account and you can watch. The only fucking anime he watched on my Crunchyroll account, he watched through the entirety of Nichijou and he watched through the entirety of Mob Psycho.
I love it.
That's it. So, for all intents and purposes, my Crunchyroll account has me for a full watch of Nichijou and Mob Psycho. Though me personally, I have not.
I do love me some Mob Psycho. It's good stuff.
The little I've seen of Nichijou is kind of funny.
It is kind of goofy. I know their animation studio, Kyoto Animations, KyoAni. They're working on City, I think is what it's called. Oh crap, I actually don't remember what it's called.
Oh.
Yeah, no. It's impressive.
Wow,
in all ways.
irresponsible as fuck.
What?
I know.
Not knowing shit.
I can look it up. I guess. I know that. I know
I'm
KyoAni.
sorry, my bad.
No, you're good. I know
Well, don't
KyoAni is
fucking
one of those
good.
like studios that's like people really like look forward to anything that they make because it's like they knock it out of the park every single time.
I mean, not only that, but they almost got their whole entire library erased.
Yeah, the fire that happened, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's kind of like whenever like Trigger puts out something, everybody pays attention. It was like, oh shit, Trigger's working on something. Oh shit, UFO Table's working on something. Let's go check it out. Yeah, yeah. They're just one of those studios.
Oh, what?
And I guess to round out my week, in terms of games, I've done something anime game related. All I've done is just play a shit ton of Nikkei. but I'm doing it for free. I haven't been giving them my money.
That's fair.
Deltarune, baby.
But that's not anime.
And
It's arguably anime. Toby Fox is
Ha!
elite.
Thank you. Not only that, we did the Isekai D&D yesterday.
That's true. We did do
By
By
that.
the way, Phoenix,
Uh-oh.
as unfortunate as it is, Lord did quit today.
Oh,
So she
no.
might be available.
Well, I'm sorry that you had
It's
to do
unfortunate.
that. Yeah, I'm sorry she had to do that. But
She was
she's
kind of bummed, but
she's of course always welcome. I'll let her know that. Or you can let her know that. She is always
yeah, I was
welcome.
telling her earlier. But we might have another player.
Yeah.
That's all.
But yeah.
How that's going to be introduced is another issue.
That will be an easy one. You guys are still in town a bit. You're still on the first. You just ended the first day. I think I can make it work.
Nah.
Oh yeah, no. After stream, I wanted to have some discussions with you, Phoenix, about my character and the magics.
The
Yeah.
magic.
I also got to introduce Kisses familiar.
Yep.
I'll probably go to the Adventurers Guild eventually.
Oh, yeah, I hate to spoil it metagame for you, but you guys will be required to do that.
I'm doing it next session anyway, so
Honestly, I
no
figured.
skin off my nose.
eBay.
If the party doesn't come, that's fine. My character's gonna split for the.
Yeah, I knew you guys were going to be chaotic. I didn't realize you were going to split the party so often.
So often we've only done it once. I
Yeah,
think.
but we have a couple more things to go.
Well, technically twice if you include me going to bed early.
You going to bed
I
early.
feel
You
like-
guys chose a table and at the bar to say you went off to get your ID and everyone else went shopping.
We were like, damn, we got these ones. Awkward brownie, and then me, like, ah, shit, why not? 5,000 fake IDs on me. Nah. At least 3.
I
But
can say this: at least my character is doing a good job of blending into society.
mm.
Well, I don't. I'm not entirely sure if we're necessarily supposed to blend in, considering we're just isekai in a fucking world.
I mean, better to blend in and then stand out. Honestly,
Yeah.
we'll rephrase that: stand out in a bad way.
I don't know if I stood out in a bad way. I mean, I got us a whole week.
I never said we did. I'm just saying in comparison.
No, I know. I win. I am the winning. No. Yeah. I'm really excited for summer season coming up here. Summer Hikaru Died's coming up, and I'm really excited for that one.
Mm.
Speaking of animes. Plus we got a couple of second seasons coming out next couple weeks that are gonna be pretty good too. Overall, I'm just summer season, summer and fall tend to get some good bangers out there.
Actually, I'm only realizing this now, a couple of minutes later. Should I have described what Go-Go Loser Ranger is or nah?
I am intrigued.
Yeah. Go ahead and sell it to the
Yeah.
group. Go for it.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So the idea is, invaders came to the Earth to invade it. Power Ranger style. Blah blah blah. They send in their generals. Thing is, the invaders came 5 years ago. The Rangers beat all the generals year 1. So for the past 4 years, they basically enslaved the regular minions on the ship to every Sunday come down and have, because all the minions have the ability to transform into and look like boss monsters and fight them. And the minions
Interesting.
cannot die unless the Rangers use their divine weapons. Because when they use that on them, the minions are just actually dead. Bless you, by the way.
That's you.
It was a cough. I kind of like choked on something, but thank you.
Okay. So yeah, and obviously the minions realized this a long time ago, mind you. They are just slaves to the Rangers who are just kind of using them for PR at this point.
Mhm.
And one of the minions like gets sick enough to actually do something, despite the fact that they know no common grunt can actually beat a Ranger straight on in combat. So he actually infiltrates the Ranger program to work with the Rangers.
Interesting.
So, and yeah, basically there's a whole bunch of like twists and turns that I don't want to spoil for anyone who does want to give it a shot, especially because there is an anime for it as well.
Fair.
But yeah, the only real, in air quotes, spoiler I'll give is that our ranger, I'm not a ranger, our main character is called Fighter D.
Fighter DD's nuts.
Because like all the minions don't have actual names. There's like Fighter A, B, C, obviously D, and then E and F. And there might be more. But like those are the ones that we get introduced to at first, and our main, like I said, our main character is Fighter D.
He's nuts.
Oh god.
You can't keep making that joke, Phoenix. That's his actual name. That's the closest he gets to a name.
Okay, I can make that joke every time I hear it.
Yeah, your mom.
You'll get
The
tired,
beast,
especially if I
spiteful.
machine gun it.
Let's keep going with it. It's cool.
But yeah, no, I like the original concept was interesting, and yeah, it does it. Obviously, I would call it a deconstruction of the typical Sentai Power Ranger type shows, and
Okay.
the monsters have literally been turned into monsters of the week every Sunday. And like they can't even retreat because like the fortress is actually held down by giant chains onto like above the city. And like the people don't know. Like the normal people don't know that this is scripted. They just think that the Rangers are just saving them from monsters that come down once every week. But yeah, like I said earlier, done by the same person who made Quintessential Quintuplets. If you like, well, let me rephrase that. Yeah, the same traits that made Rentaro an emotionless main character for Quintessential work really well for D, who is like a monster who obviously doesn't know how humans act. But anyways, that's enough about that. I guess since Star just came here, I will pass the torch to Star, unless she has nothing to say.
Like I said, unfortunately, this week has been packed full of several different games coming out. So not much anime has gotten up in my time this week, but I'm clearly interested in summer season and all the upcoming stuff. I still need to finish Apothecary Diaries because I've been liking that one a lot. That's been the one that I've been basically on. Once I get on an anime, I try to finish it. But like I said, Summer Hikaru Died is one of the ones I'm super excited for. I actually went to go read the manga series. And I horror yaoi. It's horror yaoi. It's horror BL. Great. I don't know if you would actually necessarily call it BL. I also want to try. I don't know how
Implied
much
BL.
longer. I know, right? I don't know how much longer it is in theaters for, but I'm trying to get my friends together to go see the Demon Eye art or stuff for Dandadan in theaters, so I don't have to wait till January or
Fair.
Oh yeah,
fucking July. Sorry.
yeah. I saw a poster for that when I was at the theaters recently. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure it's doing great. Call of the Night. I didn't expect that to get another season, but I am super excited for that shit.
Call it nice season 2, baby.
Hell yeah. Opening was a banger. I'm also excited for Sakamoto Days as well. There's just I think there's a pretty banger lineup, and
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty excited for it.
Oh yeah, summer stacked. Absolutely.
Stacked as fuck.
Stacked as fuck.
I also enjoy that as more.
That's kind of small.
Oh, I forgot. Toilet Bound
Yikes.
Hanako season 2 is out. I'm wondering how they decided to fix that, considering they skipped a whole arc. But yeah, no, I'm ready for it all. I'm enjoying that, like, now that anime has become such a popular thing that they're willing to put out certain animes. Like, there's some animes that you just think, damn, I never thought they would put an anime out for it, and they're like, nah, fuck it, let's try it.
Yeah.
And I'm enjoying that initiative is causing some. It doesn't have to be fucking grade A bullshit, but it's causing some good waves in the industry, and I'm really starting to like that. Good vibes to the industry.
Good vibes. Good vibes. Good vibes. Good vibes.
Good
Good vibes.
vibes. What
Yeah.
did
Some
I
rich
know
kid, yeah.
I came in a little
Oh my.
late, but what did everybody else do this week?
Not much on my end.
You,
You know,
yeah,
I finished.
you came in right on the tail end of mine. So
Fair enough.
the only one left is Phoenix. Then
It'd be me. Well, I have just
Fucking
been.
nerd.
You're fucking nerd.
You know I am.
I've just been rewatching shit. You know, I just rewatched possibly the greatest Alchemist of all time. Um, I've been watching Moonlight Fantasies again. Um, Grace of the Gods. About the Grace of the Gods, I rewatched.
That one's cute. I need to rewatch that one anyway.
Yeah, I do like that one. I did rewatch Trapped in a Dating Sim. The world of an otaku game is tough for mobs. I did rewatch
Yep.
that. Yeah.
yeah, that's the guy who also made the Evil Empire one I was talking about earlier.
Mhm.
And then in the land of Leadale, I did watch again.
Oh, I read the light novel for that one.
Yeah,
I'm
it's good.
I'm a
I
few
like
books
that one.
behind, but yeah, that's cute. Kana doing her whole
Mm,
surrogate mom thing.
mm. I like the dwarf. The dwarf is
Yeah,
cute.
no, it's super cute. The her maid and her butler are huge idiots. They
Yeah.
continue to be huge idiots. Some more.
Absolutely.
She runs it. Spoilers. Whoa. She runs
Whoa.
into more
Not
people who are.
spoilers.
She runs into more people who are also isekai, and guess what? They're huge idiots. That's great.
Yeah.
I love me a good idiot team.
But yeah, no, I mean,
Uh,
I've just been rewatching stuff and kind of vibing, you know. I'm unfortunately not as interesting as you guys.
I
No,
don't know if I really had much
I
interesting going on.
definitely entered in today's podcast expecting to be the least interesting one because I was like, I definitely didn't watch shit, and I definitely and I read basic ass stuff, and yep, I just kind of this week has been a video game week for me.
Yeah, no, just so many drops came out this week that it was.
Mm-hmm.
That's where most of my time definitely went.
I look forward to us playing some friend slop when we actually have the time to play um, more Bronze Beards or Smithworks. Like that might be fun.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, and then that's right. And then Star posted
Schedule
some stuff in the
1.
yeah, Schedule 1 had an update, so I look forward to playing more Schedule 1. And then whatchamacallit, God, I don't remember what the game was called. Like you were like a one-armed guy doing breaking into a bank or something.
Oh
One-armed
yeah,
robber?
One-armed
yeah.
robber. Yeah. I Nobody makes them, but I love cooperative stealth.
Mm-hmm.
I I have a buddy. His name's Wade. I haven't talked to him in a bit. But I played Payday 2 with him a bunch, and that was our game. Like I think I put it. Hold on, I'm actually kind of curious to see how much time I've put into that game.
A lot.
Massive
Payday
amounts.
2. Here we go. I've put 149 hours into that game, and it's just me and him sneaking
Fair.
around, breaking into museums, breaking into banks, breaking into trains, breaking into anything like that. And I was like, as much as other people like to be like, "Oh, dude, you got to do," it's like you got to do high profile every now and then. Just go in there, guns blazing,
Yeah,
shoot up the place,
yeah.
fight cartel members, fight cops, fight mercenary groups that are smuggling priceless artifacts
Hmm.
from across the country. And it's like, you know what? I want to do stealth. I think it's hilarious. I just you and the gang breaking into places and occasionally unsuccessfully breaking into places.
I mean, that was what me, Phoenix, and Kiss were doing. We were pickpocketing people.
Yeah.
Maybe not breaking in, but
Yeah.
yoinky
No,
yoinky.
I just love the cooperative aspect of like a bank heist. I love like somebody goes and like they get the camera guy and all of a sudden they're on cameras and then you got the person like like actually breaking in and setting up equipment. I was like, oh, I got the drill going. And then there's another guy making sure that it's like, oh, okay, I'm watching the streets or something like that. Because in Payday, there was a method where it's like you can go mask on or mask off. So there are times where it's just like, oh, do mask off and just look like a civilian and just like stand in the lobby of the bank completely inconspicuously and just be like, okay, well, there's 2 guards in the front right now and blah blah blah. And it's like, oh, 1 guard went in the back, and then the person in the back gets to be like, okay, now I have to look out for 1 more guard. Like, I don't know, I love it. I love cooperative stuff.
Give it.
Give it.
I want it now.
Do you want? We'll see how long that lasts when you play the one arm.
Yeah, we just cock it up. That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't care. It's fun though. It's fun. I've played Souls games. The failure doesn't bother me that much.
Until you fucking
you
too hard.
You misunderstand, Brownie. All missions are stealth missions if there are no survivors.
Yeah, know that too.
It's so good. So good.
I love fucking people up.
All right. Well, I need to use the restroom real fast. I will be right back.
We will take a break.
All right. Piss break.
You're a fucking break.
You're a fucking break.
You know it.
You're a stinky dragon.
You're a stinky dragon.
You're a towel.
You're a towel. So, how's everybody doing?
I mean, I got beer socks, but other than that, pretty good.
As I mentioned to Brownie earlier, I'm trying out alcoholic Mountain Dew for the first time.
Interesting. Okay. How do you like it? I didn't know they were.
I actually do like it.
I didn't know they were. They made alcoholic Mountain Dew.
Yeah, it's
they
called
do.
Hard.
That's new.
Yeah, it's new. It's called Hard Mountain Dew. I'm drinking regular. Apparently, there's a Baja Blast flavor as well, and a couple other flavors. They were out of the other flavors, so I just got 2 of the normal to see if I like it.
Fair.
Did I try the Baja Blast? I think I did. Whoa.
I do love me some Baja Blast.
Baja blasting these nuts in your face.
Yeah, not a big drinker. Just figured, I don't know. I just felt like I needed a drink this weekend.
Fair. And have you not changed out of your beer socks yet?
No, I have.
Okay. You made it sound like you were still wearing your beer socks, and I was concerned for your sanity. All right. Well, I mean,
My sanity, it's not here anyway.
that's true. It's true.
Joke's on you. I lost that shit a while ago. I really want to make poor choices, but
I think
Poor
after
choices.
after the podcast, I'm probably gonna be making some dinner, but I'm also going to try and put on an anime on in the background while I'm either cooking or eating.
Fair.
Yeah, the issue is whenever I'm cooking or eating, I pay more attention to cooking than eating than whatever I have on in the background. So it has to be something I've already seen that I won't pay attention to. Like, it can't be like a heist movie, even if I've already seen it, because I still want to pay attention to it.
Fair.
I'm back.
So that brownie guy, I mean, he's just a... Oh, hey, Brian.
Yeah, I know. I'm the worst.
He's
a hairball.
All right. Well, we are at our hour mark. If we wanna just we wanna end it, or maybe we don't. Whatever you'd like.
I'll leave it up to the group. I'm fine either way.
I came in late anyway, so.
Okay. Okay. Brownie.
Huh? What happened?
Exactly.
All right. All right. Cool. 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 Cool.
Neat,
Cool.
neat.
Cool. 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 Cool.
He's disassociating hard.
Hard. Cool. 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 We're at our hour mark. Do you wanna keep going for a little bit, or do you wanna end it and we can well, I'm gonna probably end up going and get food, but like we can then just hang out, vibe, as it were.
As a
I'm good to
bee?
hang. Honestly, I think I've said my piece when it comes to anime, manga, and video games.
All right.
So
So I guess the next question is anime. You're gonna nibble, you're gonna bite, you're gonna pass on it, you chomping. What we doing
on
here?
it,
Yeah, on anime as a concept.
Yeah,
on anime,
sure. I think it's a chomp,
Oh,
honestly.
Chomp.
I'm
Okay,
gonna
good.
I'm gonna bounce on it.
You're
Ooh.
gonna crazy
Dio.
style? Are you gonna bounce on it crazy style, Dio?
Shut up.
Crazy.
No.
Wow. Didn't know that was
no,
installed.
I don't see myself not being an anime fan in the future. I think I'm definitely going to be consuming more anime, especially seeing how stacked the summer season is.
Oh, I did have.
Jacko whacked.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I did actually have one anime question I wanted to ask the group.
Yeah, what you got?
So I heard, yeah. So I heard from another streamer who's fairly into anime. Like this wasn't on a podcast or anything. They just said it on their stream that they think that the last, I think it was at the very least one, if not the last two, seasons of anime have been somewhat disappointing. What's your take on that?
This season's been kind of milk toast, and the one before it was, I don't know. Hold on, let me check.
I don't know.
What's going on?
I think the last few seasons have been all right.
Well, obviously there's going to be like bangers, but I think they mean like overall, like when you like take the amount of anime there was and how many of them were good. At least that's what I'm assuming they mean.
I mean,
It depends on what you like. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely one of those like last season had like a handful of like trash isekai that I enjoyed, some trash romance that I enjoyed. And then it's the same thing for this season. The last season and this season, the quote unquote high profile anime that I watched is Solo Leveling and Apothecary Diaries. But that's the quote unquote mainstream stuff. So like I guess if you're more mainstream, yeah, you're not wrong. There's not a lot going on right now. But going into summer, like as I mentioned before, it's like if you're a mainstream anime fan, it's like Dress Up Darling, Kaiju Number 8, Dawn to Dawn, Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity, Shield Hero, Rascal Doesn't Dream of,
Santa Claus.
more Sakamoto Days, Call of the Night. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of stuff. I guess if I keep scrolling down, Grand Blue, Rent a Girlfriend, like yeah, there's some.
I always forget that Grand Blue has an anime.
There's some mainstream stuff that's like really popular. That's going to be coming out next season. So that's why a lot of people are excited for next season. There's obviously going to be some power fantasy trash and isekai trash that's going to be coming out, and I'm definitely watching that stuff. But like I can see where I don't remember how you described it. Was it your friend, somebody you're associated with?
No, it was a streamer.
Well, I can definitely see where the streamer you were watching is coming from when they say this season and the last season, and maybe even the one before it was kind of mediocre. I can see where they're coming from. It's funny though because last season was Solo Leveling season 2, and Solo Leveling season 2 won so many awards.
Yeah, I
at
mean,
Crunchyroll. So many people are salty that that Solo Leveling won that many awards.
I feel like
Definitely.
a few others should have won some, but I mean, it was good. It's not like it was bad.
Yeah,
there are no
you're,
participation trophies.
normally I would say you're not wrong, but I'm going to go ahead and say you're completely wrong. I think Solo Leveling should have won every single category. It should have just been the Solo Leveling Circle Jerk show.
True, true.
But that's me. That's just me. I'm joking, by the way.
I'm not.
I figured.
I like Solo Leveling. I don't like it that much.
Actually,
If listen,
Or
if
shows
it
on
was
Nerd
if it
Chat.
was Crunchyroll themselves just like circle jerking it, like yeah, I would agree. But the fact that
It's a
they're
vote.
it's a vote, like I can't fault it for kicking ass. Like
Yeah.
you
It's one of
just
those.
you just
I
can't.
can't believe.
Or I mean, you
I
can,
can't
but
believe
I don't
Shonen
think you
won
should.
awards. And it's like,
Yeah.
of course it did.
But
Mm.
yeah,
Well,
I guess I don't watch enough seasonal anime. Like this is the first season in a very very long time where I'm watching 3 seasonal animes. Like I just don't do it. So I don't have enough of a pool, a collective pool to say, "Oh yeah, this season, the last 6 seasons worth of anime have not been great." Like I just don't have the general pool for it to know.
I mean, part of the reason why I hopped into this or became part of this podcast is I want to get more anime back in my life because I
Yeah.
used to like keep my eye on it all the time. Now it's just like uh I only watch something if somehow I force myself to watch it, and every time I do, it's always something I really enjoy.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm only watching 3 this season. The beginning after the end, the brilliant new healer. I guess I'm watching 4 because I'm doing the unaware Altilier, and then the gorillas gods go to girl. I mean, I'm watching 4 out of the I don't know 7. I don't know. I don't know how many seasonal animes there are 20, 30, 40, 80, 112. I don't know.
There's
But
a lot of seasonal
yeah.
anime, my guy.
But-
There's usually,
Yeah.
there's usually like 30 seasonal anime.
Yeah,
Going on.
so my sample size is not big enough for me to go one way with or the other with the with whether it's good or not. The ones that I have watched, I am enjoying immensely. Yeah,
God, yeah. No, I was just curious on your takes. That's good to know.
yeah. No, I mean,
I've got to take the time to watch a bunch of the anime I said I want to watch, especially the mecha genre. That like there's mecha genre is making a lot of stuff, or at least I'm discovering a lot of stuff that came out recently.
mhm.
And I feel like as I wanted to say on episode 0, but I couldn't show up then. I feel like the mecha genre is just like the least loved of the anime genre.
I feel slightly. I I feel like you're probably correct. Like there definitely isn't a lot of it.
No, there
However,
really isn't.
I will counter that I feel like whenever you do run into somebody who's watching the mecha genre, they love it. I think it wins with sheer amount of force of love versus quantity of. Like I feel like it is a beloved category, but
It's niche.
it's
or at least-
niche, but it's
Well,
loved
different-
hard.
Yeah, I feel like it's more like the companies don't want to spend the budget on making mecha. That's what it really is.
Well, yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, yeah, I'll give anime a bite.
Okay. So we got a bite. We got. It sounds like a couple chomps. Guys, I don't know. This whole anime thing sounds a little weird. I might just nibble at it. We'll see where it goes. So anyway, you can find AniBites right here on my channel, where every week. But I'm only gonna
If I ever
nibble
get
it.
not lazy, yeah. If I ever get not lazy, chat, I'll also simultaneously stream it on my channel. But I'll have to shake off the laziness first.
All right. Well, uh, we'll do outros. We have Sleepy Corpse. You can find him here randomly in my stream, but also on his own channel. Sleepy Corpse right here on Twitch. You will find Star wherever you find us until I finish her model and force her to stream. Then you can find her at Flaming Stars 56, right here on Twitch or maybe YouTube. She had mentioned potentially doing YouTube things. We have a Dat Brownie who does every other Tuesday a podcast Top Text. You can find him here on Twitch or over at YouTube at Light Novel Brownie. And you can find me here and randomly spotted throughout several other people's streams. Thank you for watching and or listening. Hopefully, we're at that point where I will be, hopefully, now I've been saying it for several weeks, ripping the audio and bringing it over to podcasting apps. But lovers chat. Does anyone have anything else they'd like to say? Speak?
Well, I have something I'd like to ask you.
Oh,
Actually,
yeah. What you got?
are we going to do an AniBites next week? Because next week on Sunday is Father's Day.
Father's Day, yeah. We cut for Mother's Day, so
Yes, we will be cutting. Well, I guess I'm just gonna hang on. You'll get a random. You will get a normal gaming stream from me. But yes, everyone else will be doing fathery things. So we will be off next week. And yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
need my
Right.
water.
Let's go,
Lovers chat.
Lovers chat. Bye.
Bing bong.
Bye bye.
The witch is dead.
The witch is dead. I added that D&D scene in, and now my muscle memory's off, and it just fucked me up.